do you think about the free will debate? It would be fun to talk to people and get interactions with them. But here's a little bit of what I think. I think there's a word for in the middle of free will. Of course, that on one end you have total free will over everything, and I guess you're godlike. You can do anything. Nothing uh, encompasses you, imprisons you, and forces you to be a certain way. Well, I mean, economics can do that. I don't have, you know, I don't have the free will to drive to Florida right now. I don't have enough beer cans. but, yeah, you're either God or you have no free will at all. And I'm not on either camp. There's no such thing as a total free will. There's no such thing as a lost soul. There's no such thing of either. Like a lot of people say Biden lost his soul. He sold it to Satan to try to win power. He didn't lose his soul totally. The way I look at it is you're a slave. Hold on. But it says you're a slave to sin, right? So if you're a slave to sin, the only time that you can be free is if Christ sets you free. But you have what they call moments of clarity, right? In between the, hold up. Now, my dad told me I can smoke and drink. I know how to do it the right way. I pleased him. But for the most part, if you're a slave to sin, you have those moments of clarity where your soul is not totally taken over. You have moments where you can pray to God. God, please help me in this sin. I fall to it all the time. If it's masturbation, adultery, murder, whatever it is, lying, drinking, whatever it is, whatever comes between you and God, right, is sin, right? And you're a slave to it. But there's the argument: I lost my soul, therefore I'm not guilty of anything. I can kill. I lost my soul. It's not my fault. I don't fall in that, that camp. It says, oh, I lost my soul. I can do whatever I want with no retribution. I didn't do anything wrong. I was forced to do it. Nah, no, it doesn't fly right with me. Or the whole, the free will. You totally have free will. Then why are you masturbating then if you have free will? Well, if you have free will, go a year without masturbating. Tell me how that goes. You have no arms? Well, okay, we'll take you out of the experiment. Don't test me. You have no hands. Okay, well, if you have no arms, I assume you have no hands. You're some weird looking creature. But yeah, you fall in the middle. I think that even rafts, vessels of wrath that God makes, He makes special vessels of wrath that are charismatic, that are have special talents, that blaspheme God. Like Goliath, his great girth, his great physical being, was God allowed it to demonstrate the greatness of God. But even Goliath had what they call moments of clarity, where he could repent of his hate for God and ask God for mercy. Right? God says, I will refuse nobody. I refuse no one that calls on my name. Pretty much, he'll refuse nobody. There are cases where God specifically made a vessel of wrath to go to hell to be tormented and righteous uh, his righteousness be fulfilled because he's killing it over and over and over in hell. It just God killing it over and over and over and over and over and over and forever. It satisfies all the sin that was in the world. That's what the hell's for. God draws off of the smoke and the, well, you got to know God. All hellfire and brimstone, and he likes it. It's truth. And but it never satisfies him totally because there's no shedding of blood, because there's no water, there's no life. There's no life in hell. And as Bill Weiss says, 23 minutes of hell, or 22 minutes of in hell, the life is in the blood. And if there's no life in hell, there's no blood. There's no shedding of blood in hell. But the fragrance of them being tortured helps God in some way. Can't exactly tell you how, but all this righteous anger that God is enduring for man, well, there'll be a reckoning. Where was I in this rabbit hole? But vessels of wrath can always repent. So they're without excuse. They may have been made to burn in hell in the lake of fire forever, for eternity. But even they have moments of clarity.